We already studied that animal tissues are broadly classified into 4 groups. We've already studied the first 2 groups. In this, we'll be studying the last two, the muscular tissue and the nervous tissue. The cells of muscle tissue are elongated. These are known as muscle fibers. They are responsible for movement. This movement occurs due to special proteins called contractile proteins. These proteins contract and relax to cause movement. The contractile proteins present in muscles are actin and myosin. On the basis of structure and function of muscle fibers, there are 3 types of muscle tissues. Let's start with the voluntary muscle tissue. These muscles can be moved by conscious will. That means we can start or stop movement as and when we want to. For example, our arms and legs work as per our choice because the muscles present in them are in our control. These muscles are attached usually to our bones and help in body movements. So, the voluntary muscles are also called skeletal muscles. If you see these muscle fibers under the microscope, these muscles show alternate light and dark bands or striations. So they are also called as striated muscles. Finally, the cells of this tissue are long, cylindrical, unbranched and have many nuclei, that is, they are multinucleate. Next, the involuntary muscles. Involuntary muscles control movements that are not done with our conscious will, that is, which are involuntary movement. For example, movement of food in our digestive tract, we cannot stop or start at our own will. Movement of blood in blood vessels or contraction and relaxation of bronchi as we breathe. These muscles are also present in the iris of our eye and the entire digestive tract. They are also called as unstriated muscles or smooth muscles because they do not have the striations as in voluntary muscles. Their cells are long with pointed ends, that is, they are spindle shaped and have one nuclei in their cell. They are uninucleate. Cardiac muscles are muscles of the heart. These are special because they show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout life. They are involuntary muscles. We cannot control them. The cells of this muscle are cylindrical, branched and uninucleate. Now this is a comparison chart for the 3 types of muscles: voluntary, involuntary and cardiac. What we have already done is compiled here in the form of a table. Now the nervous tissue. The cells of this tissue are called nerve cells or neurons. They are highly specialized for being stimulated and then transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another inside our body. Our brain, spinal cord and nerves are made of nervous tissue. Cells of nervous tissue or the neuron, they consist of a cell body which contains the nucleus and cytoplasm like any normal cell. From the cell body arise long, thin, hair-like parts. These parts are of 2 types. It has a single long part or process called the axon, and then there are many short branched parts known as dendrites. Now, many such nerve fibers bind together to form the nerve. These are bound by a connective tissue. The signal that passes along the nerve fiber is called nerve impulse. Nerve impulses move in a specific direction and they allow us to move our muscles whenever we want to. The joint activity of these two tissues, that is the nerve and the muscle tissue, is very important for us animals. Why? Because of this joint activity, we are able to move rapidly in response to a stimuli. The nerve tissue perceives the stimuli, direct the muscle tissue to move, to contract and relax, and accordingly a movement is performed. With this, we come to the end of this session and the end of the lesson tissues. This was your chapter 6. These are your questions for practice.